Welcome everyone, welcome everyone, welcome everyone, welcome back. I am so glad to be back and I hope that you all are doing well and are feeling well. I am TheeMemoryAstrologer and we are now tuned into another live session of the Interconnected-ness, a weekly oracle series. So before we begin this wonderful offering, can you please subscribe and like the video below? And if you really love this video, can you please leave a nice and kind comment? Once again, I am TheeMemoryAstrologer, and let's get tuned in for this reading for what day is it? December 6th? Yes, for December 6th week. So December 6th, 2021 to December 12th, 2021. Let's get into this reading. First things first, happy eclipse season. I hope that we are all walking into understanding ourselves at a deeper level. You feel me? We didn't say it was going to be easy, but we said it was going to be worth it. We didn't say it was going to be easy, but we said it was going to be worth it. This feels like there's a lot going on. It feels a little bit of rushed. Maybe you're rushing into things. And yeah, that's really what I'm getting. Rushing into things, not really seeing situations for really what it is. Baby, if somebody say, my name is Joe, and I like to, do some crazy things, and you say, Joe really didn't mean when he said that. No, let's take people at their word level. What's really going on? What's really going on? When I said that, some cards fell out, and I don't really want to see what's going on yet. I just kind of want to feel it. I want to get the feelings first before we move into it. Get the feelings first before we move back into it. So before we begin, let's remember to be calm and collective, to be open for this reading, for this this offering. Because we're all interconnected, and this is just our understanding of ourselves and how we relate. In this huge world. And how we relate in this huge world. So the first card that fell out was freedom. And that's the feeling of maybe we just quite don't see that we're out of a situation. Maybe we just don't see that we're out of the situation. And this is just now a moment for us to step back, to look, and to see what's really going on. This is a moment of evaluation. This is a moment of detachment to bring awareness. So that's what we're going to call this. The moment of deep breaths, observation, realizations, to move forward, to progress. So the cards that fell out, and we also have a card that fell out when I say, we're really not seeing the bigger picture, what's really going on. So we have a card that fell out that did not fall on his face, and every other card fell out, reverse, but on his face. And the card that's not on his face, we're going to look at that last. So let's really get into this message. First things first, our first oracle card was freedom, and freedom was reversed. So I gave you a little instance of what freedom will be looking like this week, and maybe we need to not be looking at freedom in a one perspective, one mindset, understanding. Freedom is liberation. Liberation is the separation of one entity for survival, for any means necessary. Freedom says, I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. So liberation is allowing a situation allowing yourself to see the situation and see it as a moment of gathering tools that can support and assist you on moving through this situation, but also other situations, some more obstacles. But let's get some more messages on this freedom. Spirit, what do you mean by freedom reverse? Thank you. What do you mean by freedom reverse? Let's see this. I think it's really all in our head. We not really, stuff not really seeing right. We're not really understanding from the core, but our mindset is changing. Who we are is changing. So maybe our perspective on freedom, our perspective on liberation is changing. Maybe we thought freedom and liberation is not doing anything for a day. But what we now understand, because, we went through the deepening, we went through understanding ourselves at a different core. Maybe we see freedom as learning, as grasping, as going into prayer, as a high, I want to say hibernation to bring ourselves closer to our highest spirituality. So maybe we're seeing something from a lack mentality, and what we actually need to see is what we have and use our tools, because last week we were saying that every obstacle, when we go through these hard situations, when we go through these obstacles, we are now gathering tools to put in our toolbox of life to assist us for when a situation like this pop up, but also allows us to now think creativity, think outside the box, think openly about situations, and know that there are highest sources, highest situations that are also impacting. And we need to see that. We need to see are we trapping ourselves, or is there a blockage that we really need to be paying attention to? But let's get this clarification of freedom. Spirit, can you please clarify the freedom card? Thank you. Go out. Excellent. Oh, geez Louise. Okay, once again, we're not really seeing it right now. Yes, we wanted instant gratification. When we don't understand the situation, when we are in a lack situation, like nothing is moving at the pace we want it to move, sweetheart, maybe it's not moving the way that you want it to move, because this is a situation that we really need to be mindful of. We really need to be paying attention to. So this week, we need to really be mindful of what's going on around us. What lessons can we pick up from these situations? The card that clarified freedom reverse says right now, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come then that can be handled each moment. When you want something right away, do you think you have the strength to ask for this gift, to receive this blessing? Do you have the strength? Do you have the ability to hold and maintain this blessing? Sometimes we get blessings and, we're like, oh, we're ready. And actually, we weren't ready yet. We didn't know the spirit of organization to maintain this blessing. So right now, we need to learn our lessons. We need to be paying attention to what's going on. And we need to write this information down, because this can be very useful to us in the near future, as well as it could be useful to ourselves to understand ourselves and how the divinity works, how our magic works, how liberation and how survival works. This isn't just a one and done. This is a step. It's a momentum. You have to put the work in to get the work out. The question is, are we really putting the work in? Are we really putting the work in? Guidance says, when you make divine intelligence your foundation, you have a fixed star to follow. So when when we're wanting something and when we're not really in flow of our ancestors, when we're not really flow of what's going on, when we're not really in flow with our own energy levels, of our own magic, of our own understandings, we are not really being in flow with what's going on in the present moment, which is allowing us to really not paying attention and allowing us to just be a walking target. A walking target is the sense of like, we need to think before we react. We need to think before we just jump into situations. And when we just jump into situations, we are not seeing everything for what it is. Maybe we just signed our lease away and now we can't see our favorite person every Monday. Like, we need to really be mindful of the situations we're putting ourselves in, what we're not really noticing, and how it's impacting us, because these situations are impacting us even if we're not really mindful of it. And to be more open, we have to be more present. We have to be more present in ourselves, how we're feeling, checking more into ourselves, checking into our spirit. So check in with your ancestors. Maybe you're not hearing the wisdom or the guidance because we're not really understanding how the wisdom and the guidance is coming to us. But it's coming in our dreams. It's coming in our thoughts. It's coming in when we are being in flow with creation. Being in flow looks like if the weather is getting darker outside, maybe this is time for us to work on our insides. Maybe it's time for us to work on ourselves. Maybe it's time for us to go within and to calm down and to think what we want to plan out, so when the springtime comes, we can plant those seeds. We can start seeing the blossoms of what we've planted right now during the death period, during the slow but steady. This is the underground period. People ain't got to see what's going on in the underground period. The next card that was reversed, following freedom and guidance, was outrageous openness. It says, "Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise me and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed and I am open to receive." What does being open to receive mean? That's being open to receive guidance, messages, communication between your family, between others. What's so hard about receiving? Receiving allows us to have an understanding our expectations. Expectations mean so much. And for us to know or have expectations, we need to, in a way, be open. Be open to the other person, the gifts, the magic, the situations we did not know about. And it's allowing us to, one, release our own thoughts, release our own patterns on people and things and situations, and really let them show up for who they really are, what's really going on. And when outrageous openness comes, it's more like, it's this giant orange balloon here, and it's asking you, are you paying attention? And I'm gonna need some clinging, some clanging, some something. We need to be paying attention this week. There is so much going on here, and for us to be paying attention, we need to calm back. We need to come to center. What does center and grounding look like for you? How can you return to center? Hula hooping is how I return to center. It allows me to feel whole. It allows me to be calm on my head. When we have a lot of thoughts going on this week, I want you to take a step back. I want you to write them down. And I want you to do what to do is. Do a to-do list so we can be on the same path as the Creator, so we can understand what's really going on. When we have a lot on our plate and a lot of our shoulders, we're just like, you know what, I got too much going on. I can't really take in too much. No. This is a time for us to learn organization skills. This is a time for us to learn what we need to work on before, when this new year comes. For this new year to come. And to tap into that, we need to be open to divine source. We need to be open to the messages that are really going on around us, the phenomenons, the unconscious feelings and feelings that you're feeling in your heart when you're out in public and you're hearing them birds and you're seeing these beautiful flowers. You're like, girl, how is this flower out here? It's like 35 degrees and I'm seeing a rose. I'm seeing pictures of hummingbirds. Divine sources, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. When was the last time that you checked in with yourself, your deepest core, on what's going on and how it's impacting you? And how it's impacting you. When have you checked in with what feels like nurturing for you? How do you nurture yourself in your calling, in your expression? Through turmoil, through changes of who you are, through changes of your friends, through changes of your environments, through sitting back and reevaluating, like, out of all these situations that are playing, friends, families, groups, organizations that you're in, jobs that we're a part of, schools that you go to, are they allowing you to express who you are right now, December 6th, 2021? Are they allowing you to? And to get back to center is to get back to tap into who are you? Ask yourself, who am I? I want you to sit with your heart and tell yourself, I am affirmations. I am a divine source. I am wonderful. I am intelligent. Because as we are questioning who we are in our liberation and our freedom to self and what freedom looks like to ourselves, we are diving deeper into the deepest version of ourselves, the deepest version of our individuality. Individuality says, every person has their own personalized study plan in this earth school. There is no one step to how you find yourself, to how you dig and understand yourself, how you relate to people. You can do that so many different ways. And that is the wonderful thing, is that you have to find out who you are. And right now, as we are understanding our ups and our downs, as we're understanding our lessons, as we're understanding our path, we're understanding ourselves at a deeper level. And as we understand ourselves, we then understand our Creator, our groups and our friends, and how we relate to one of those and how they all interrelate. Then we start to see that, oh, so-and-so has that characteristics and I have that characteristic. But this is also allowing us to have clearing, emotional clearing, energetic clearing, shadow clearing. Not holding on to old aspects of ourselves, aspects that, or nostalgia that we were holding on to, It's not allowing us to blossom into who we are supposed to be. Yes, that's who we were, but now this is who we are supposed to be. This is allowing us to grow at a deeper level. It is allowing us to shed new skin. You're not losing anything, you're gaining everything. You're gaining the deeper version of yourself. You're gaining the more connectedness to the Creator, to understanding to what's going on. You're not just going to be like, okay, this is going on in the world and it's not impacting me. No, this is all impacting me. And through these experiences, through these lessons, we're understanding ourselves. We're understanding others. We're understanding our guidance, how we are receiving messages, how we are receiving communication. But nonetheless, we're understanding who we are at the core. And through clearing says, as true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust, the more will always arrive. The ship goes from mind to God's. Such freedom. And with clearing, it is a legit knife in the right hand to wipe away, to remove situations that no longer allow us to showcase who we are at the core. But in the other hand, it's an offering that allows us to give good graces, that allows us to be open to receive and to give. So through the understanding that clearing, or in a way, death, removing of the ego, we learn a deeper sense of self, deeper sense of divinity, deeper sense of destruction, and deeper sense of love. Deeper sense of love. Alrighties. And I just want to do a quick, how can we get through this week? What will assist us to get through this week? What will assist us to get through this week? Being more open will assist us. So I want us to be stretching. I'm talking about our back. I'm talking about our arms and our legs. Staying calm. Oh my goodness, staying calm. All right, Spirit. What will assist us to getting through this week? Oh, okay. Period. Companionship. And it is reversed. So companionship reverse is very much giving me the fact that we need to honor the other person. We need to honor the other entity. We need to honor the deeper sense of understanding. The deeper sense of understanding is more so just allowing yourself to be given the offering of people's time, people's knowledge, and how people are presenting themselves. Companionship is knowing that two brings awareness. Companionship says giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. Because when you're able to be completely present, completely interactive as they are communing with you, as they are sharing with you and expressing themselves to you, you're able to see situations for what they are, but also you get to grow your relationship to people on a deeper level. You get to really show up and see the other person. You're like, wow, I've never noticed that you were so dedicated to a subject before. And now this other person is like, wow, I didn't know that you were really paying attention to me like that. That allows relationships to grow and to blossom, but that also allows you to see different parts of yourself. Companionship is allowing yourself to say, you know what, I've came a very long way in giving yourself compassion. Companionship is learning compassion. How do you give compassion in hard situations? And how do you give yourself compassion? You're living through a pandemic. How do you? Sanctity reversed. To be more open to compassion, we need to be more open to how we are feeling. Really checking into really what's going on to our mental health, because that's really what's guiding us. There may be a lot of thoughts going on this week, a lot of anxiousness within your body and within your head. I want you to hold space for yourself. I want you to hold space for it, because you've been holding space for all these other people and all these other situations. We gonna get the knife that he had out, and we gonna cut him off. We gonna create a little space for ourselves, and we gonna call our sanctity back to ourselves. We call all our energy back to ourselves, because we see that we need it back. We see that we need it so we can keep on improving. Sanctity says, through offering, even the most mundane problems can become a sacrament. You are going to do wonderful things this week. And I have an affirmation to lead you off. I have an affirmation to lead you off. I now go beyond other people's fears and limitations. This is our affirmation from last week. It is my mind that creates my experiences. I am unlimited in my own ability to create the good in my life. Have a wonderful week, everyone.